As March draws near, we highlight the exceptional Piano Music She Wrote initiative, a collaborative effort by Sandra Mogensen and Erica Sipes. Born from a connection on Twitter and solidified through a meeting in 2020, this project seeks to elevate and disseminate piano music composed by women. Through their diligent work, the Piano Music She Wrote directory emerged, offering streamlined access to an expansive collection of scores and composer details via the IMSLP database, complemented by a dedicated YouTube channel showcasing these works. Additionally, this initiative has produced 2 anthologies of piano music tailored for early and late elementary levels. Sandra Mogensen, a Canadian pianist celebrated for her solo and collaborative performances, commands an international stage with concerts spanning North America and Europe. As a founding member of the National Piano Trio, her extensive career covers a vast array of musical genres, from chamber music and musical theater to choral compositions. Prowess extends beyond performance to language and diction coaching, making her a versatile figure in the musical community. Her forward-thinking approach to music, with a spotlight on contemporary composers, jazz, and improvisation, seeks to revitalize the recital format to foster deeper connections with audiences. By weaving in visual elements and improvisation, Mogensen challenges traditional norms to craft experiences of greater relevance and impact. The journey undertaken by Sandra and Erica is more than just musical endeavor. It's a testament to perseverance, creativity, and the power of collaboration in bringing to light the overlooked voices of women composers. Their initiative not only honors the legacy of these artists, but also paves the way for future generations to discover and celebrate the rich tapestry of women's contributions to the world of music. Now, enjoy the interview. We are here to welcome Sandra Mogensen from Piano Music She Wrote, who is not only an amazing pianist, but is also a passionate advocate for women composers. Hi!
I'm so happy to be here and to meet you.
I'm so happy to meet you, finally. I mean, this is incredible.
Instagram messages and then, wow, a real person.
Yeah.
Still on a screen, a bigger screen.
Yeah. All right, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How did Piano Music She Wrote started?
Well, let's see. I think it was around 2018 when for some reason, I read 2 biographies of Clara Schumann that summer. Mm-hmm. I had been in this profession for decades.
Yes.
My studies, my profession, everything was always about these men, these wonderful men, Bach and Brahms and Bartok. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, it just started to turn in my mind. So I looked into these 2 biographies of Clara Schumann.
Yes.
And wow. And then I started to think, well, she couldn't have been the only woman that wrote music. She couldn't be such
certainly not.
Yeah. So then just the way my life was set up at that time, I was quite nomadic, and I didn't really live in one place. For about a year there, I was traveling a lot and just had a lot of time to kind of recalibrate things. And in that time, I did start to then, actually, because I was a nomad, I didn't have a place for books. So I started to use IMSLP a lot. And so I started looking for other women on IMSLP. And oh, wow, just believe what I was finding. And right away, I just started thinking, I have to perform this, I have to record this, I have this. So it kind of really blossomed. And then, so that was kind of 2019 was all about that discovery. And I did do my first album of women composers called En Pleine Lumiére. You'd think I would have a copy of it here to show you. I'm not so good with the marketing. So that recording is 10 or 11 composers each
Yes.
represented by 2 pieces of music. All of those composers born in the mid 19th century. Anyway, so then I was going to do the next volume in 2020. That would be composers born in the late 1800s.
Yes.
Oh, so then guess what happened in 2020?
Yeah, our best friend, which we can't name. We can't name that
Right.
best friend.
No, we don't want to talk about that. But so I had been in contact with Erica Sipes for years. We both were Twitter users from years and years.
Okay.
And I always felt like we had something, a kinship there over Twitter. And she invited me just before March 2020. So in February of 2020, she invited me while I was on my US tour promoting En Pleine Lumière. She invited me to some concerts in her area in Virginia. So my little US tour there. And when we met for the first time in person, we kind of thought, we need to collaborate on something. Okay, then we come to the world is shut down and turned upside down. So we are in talks about, what can we do? And so that's when we started to decide, hey, so imslp.org, if your listeners don't know what it is, it's a huge database of all kinds of musical scores. However, we found that it was very difficult to do a search to find the piano music written by women there. So that's when we decided, and I think we started already in the spring, April, May of 2020, and we decided to look it all up, find it all, and make a huge spreadsheet, which we call the directory. She started at Z, although she would call it Z because she's in the US. I call it Z, and I started from A, and so we met kind of.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And we cataloged it all, and that took months and months. So boring. But as we're doing it, we're discovering, that looks like an interesting piece. Oh, what about that composer? Never heard of her. Whoa, look, so much stuff, thousands of pieces. So we decided we would also record them. And because it was 2020, what else are you going to do? You make a video. So we started the YouTube channel. So using music that we're discovering in the thing that we were cataloging, we have developed a YouTube channel that's well over 300 videos now, so that people can hear the music that they're exploring. I think a lot of people, they like to hear the music they might decide to play. They like to hear it first. So we thought that would be a good way to help people discover the music, which we were.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I played some of the pieces you guys have found, so it definitely does work.
Yeah.
And that's just admirable work. I mean, I think the situation that happened in 2020 affected a lot of people. Specifically, I would say, like, some of the people who were very affected were musicians, because then it would be like, wait, how are we going to perform? Where are we going to perform? We can't even have a stage. So then you use social media in order to promote your skills. And I think that's just lovely. That's wonderful.
And the thing that I didn't get back to is this En Pleine Lumière, the second recording sessions. Of course, that couldn't happen. So in doing the Piano Music She Wrote project, at least that filled my sense of mission, because as soon as I started getting into this music composed by women, I just thought, that's it. That's my life now. There's no need for anything else other than a bit of Bach now and then. I just need to do this. And then when I was sitting here, just well, how now? That's when Erica and I decided, well, let's do this at least. And now here we are 4 years later, and still happening.
Yeah, that's how it should be. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now let's go to the side of how you had to, like, find the scores and all of that. how did you navigate the challenges of finding those scores? Because some of them were, I would assume, very difficult to find. And as well as the challenges of finding the information of lesser known female composers.
Right. I would say that that's more connected with my En Pleine Lumière recording project, independent project. And in 2019 already, as I was finishing the recording sessions for the first volume of that set of albums, I was researching composers born in the late 19th century.
Okay.
And I would come across names and, could see in maybe IMSLP, oh, look, she has Opus 78, and that's it? Like, where's all the rest?
Exactly.
Yeah, so much of it is missing, and where? So much digging in the internet, 2019, 2020. And I must say, it was so difficult and so angering and so frustrating to know that somebody existed and know that actually it sounds like they did some piano music. Where is it? And I so many times I won't say the words I used, but I would be yelling at my walls. Like you who cleaned up after those women, where did you put her stuff? Where did you put it?
Yeah, it's like, where did it go? Like, so many of these women have had such a positive mark on not only music, but on society. So why are they not documented?
Where is their stuff? So there was a lot of that, just digging through the internet, and just you got a tiny clue and you follow a trail, and then still no. So in 2019, 2020, I must say it was what I was looking for than it is now. We've come a long way in these last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there have been, thank goodness, there have been musicologists working on this field for decades. Yeah. So, if you're just starting to look into this, obviously you can just start with Wikipedia. There's a very big list of female composers there and when they were born. Absolutely. Don't stop there, though. That's just like a little trigger. And then you pursue and research. There's for me, starting in those earlier years, 4 or 5 years ago, there's this Sophie Drinker Institute in Germany. A lot of excellent research there, well cataloged. There's the Frankfurt Archive, Women's Music Archive. I forget the exact title.
No worries.
A lot of things, and I actually had the good fortune to go there in 2019 and sit there, kind of look through their things. So those were good starting points for me. But now I think there's a network of you and lots of people now in our circle who are doing work in this field, and that makes it a lot easier, and it makes for a nice community of people with similar interests, right? Yeah. And thank you all that you do to support not only Piano Music She Wrote, but all the other people that you're supporting in that world. It's phenomenal what you do.
Well, you as well. We both have done amazing things to help this little community of ours get bigger and bigger. Now, that's where I ask. We've already seen how your initiative has already changed a lot. The way how some music was completely abandoned, and then suddenly it's being revived thanks to you and many other people who have helped this. So specifically, how do you hope that this initiative will change or influence the way piano music is composed by women? I mean, how piano music composed by women is accessed and appreciated.
I mean, one can only hope that with every little thing you do, it leads someone to discover something, and every little discovery leads to the next and the next and the next discovery. It's very organic.
Yeah.
And I think it just has to be that way. There are some bigger names doing things like this, but it's still, there's so much resistance in the main musical institutions. Some are coming around. We have a conservatory in this country that was very marketing their new syllabus, and we have all these women composers. Well, I looked into it, and that's nice. Okay, that's a start, but it could be so much more. And then there is another conservatory in Canada called Conservatory Canada, and they are really, really opening it up. So in those kind of organizations where there's a syllabus that music teachers are going by, that's a huge effect that you can have.
That's wonderful. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they use my books. I have those 2 anthologies for elementary.
Yeah.
And you can do anything from those books, and it's on their syllabus. So that kind of thing is, I think, so important. So, little bit by little bit, and you get an organization to say yes, and then that's got a bigger effect.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's almost just luck as far as when that connects,
Yeah, yeah. I think that's very important. I think once a small initiative gets the attention of the bigger guys in general, that's when you know you have made it big. And that's when you know you're actually starting to make a change. And I think one of the best ways anyone can get introduced to women composers' music or things related to their sheet music and the things that they write, I think it's just generally giving them a simple repertoire that they can follow, or a simple book that they can just open and be like, oh, this piece is easy, but it's from a female composer, so I'm going to play it anyway, and something like that. And I think just the fact that there's already, what's the university called again?
The Conservatory Canada.
The conservatory.
And I must say, the Royal Conservatory of Music in Canada has also, they're the ones that have also made a step, but I just don't think it's a big enough step. And
it will be. I have hope it will be. To
be bragging about it. Well, you could do more.
But
from a personal point of view, my idea anymore, since my grand epiphany in 2019, I have had several decades of life and performing as a pianist and teaching as a pianist. Men composers, great ones, fantastic ones. I'm not throwing them away.
No.
So in order to have gender balance in my work, in my life, so I have all those decades up till now, men. So now I need to do pretty much only women from now on to balance that. Like I have to try to go for 50-50 over the course of my life. So now it's like, gotta catch up, catch up and play.
Gotta catch up, yeah.
And I think if anyone is interested in this field, like you could make a little arrangement with yourself. Not that you have to go crazy like me, but within any given program or any piano lesson or anything, like strive to always have some sort of balance there between the music composed by men and the music composed by women.
Yeah. So how has working on this project impacted your personal views on the music repertoire in general, aside from what you've already told me, and the representation of these women composers? Can you share a story or a moment that has been particularly meaningful to you during this whole project that you've been doing?
Well, that's a really good question. And I would say that the whole thing has been meaningful to me. Like, I feel so much more at home. 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 I feel so mu playing music, and because it's constantly discovering people that existed 200, 300, 400 years ago. Whoa, how great they were. Like, this is constantly exciting and meaningful. I share this story of how this kind of picture in my mind came to me as I was kind of entering this world. Like, for me, it's like I've lived in the same house all my life, and in fact, I currently am back living in my childhood home, which is such a plot twist. It's incredible. So it's like, in this house, I've known it all my life, and I all of a sudden see there's a door there that I never noticed. What? So I go and I open this door, and then there's this huge other half of the house that I didn't know was even there. It's just a wing. So that's a metaphor. It's obviously not happened. This is still a small house, but like, it's like this, you open that door and you didn't know that part of the house was there. And not only is it there, but it's beautiful and it's gorgeous decoration and comfortable. And, you know, so that's somehow how it was for me, and continues to be. So I don't know if that really answered what you were asking, but that's kind of how it is for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, if every single moment, I mean, it makes sense. It's like discovering new things every single time. So it's not like you only find one door. You open that one door and then you find another one. And then in that same door, you find a gazillion other doors. So it's always like so exciting to find new information. And I understand the part of feeling like you're at home when playing the piece, because not only was it written by a person that is the same gender as you, but it also kind of like makes you connect with them. And because since no one else has played, or at least let's just say it's like let's just say that there's like a woman composer that has a piece that doesn't even have a recording. Let's just say that.
Many pieces. Many
pieces, and you're the only one who is going to make a recording for that, then it's just like you have no let's just put it in quotation marks, competition.
And there's nothing to compare it to. It makes it feel like it's your own, but also it just fits the hand, it fits the body, it fits the heart and the soul. There's something in that's just that feeling of home.
And I agree.
Dude, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay, so back to your YouTube channel. Can you discuss, specifically this is for the audience, for them to know, can you discuss the importance of visual media, like in YouTube or on Instagram and stuff like that? Can you discuss like the importance of promoting underrepresented music and composers?
Well, I mean, like I say, we began it in 2020. So that was the best option at the time, for sure. Like, how else are we going to get this out into the world? We can't go to a recording studio. Plus, we don't have any income right now, so we can't pay a studio. So it was, YouTube was there, and it was easy. And I think it continues to be important to use YouTube for our project because of that accessibility. It's free to use. Yeah, it's annoying sometimes, but it's free, it's easy to upload. Just, it works. And of course, it would be nice to get more and more subscribers, because the more subscribers you get, the more it appears in their search results or their suggestions.
Of course, yeah.
So, that like, comment and share and subscribe. Yes, please. That all helps. But I think also just that it's not just audio. I suppose we could have just recorded audio and then had like a slideshow or something about the composer. But I think seeing a pianist and what it looks like to play, it's very unprofessional recording. It's just iPhone, don't go, no edits, just go. And I think that kind of draws you in a little bit. That it's just a regular person playing, it's not
the person playing the piece.
Fancy schmancy studio supported by a very high budget. It's acceptable that way, I think. And then of course we share on Twitter and we share on share on Instagram. We don't really use Facebook, but maybe we should. Anyway,
you could branch out.
Place to find people, so we should maybe look at that. But because we do it as it's volunteer work, the whole project, other than we take a little bit of a donation for people to gain access to our directory. But, we're basically doing this as volunteers. So every little new audience member or whatever is important, I think. Just anyway.
I think that's wonderful. I think every little bit counts.
Yeah.
So what are your future plans for the Piano Music She Wrote directory and your collaborative projects?
Well, we keep updating the Piano Music She Wrote directory. That happens monthly. And I must admit, I'm very grateful that Erica is the person that does most of that. I somehow am not holding up my end on that, but that happens every month. Like last month, I found this little children's suite by that very important Polish composer Grażyna Bacewicz.
Wow.
An exciting find. So I recorded it right away in time for her birthday, which was like last week so it's discovery. Look at. And then sometimes it's just like, there's nothing new this month. So we need all kinds of people involved in this, like musicologists or people who have discovered scores in their basement somewhere, whatever. Like all that should be put out there onto is a great way. So keeping that discovery going is important. We have our Friends video project, as you know. Now, March Women's History Month in North America, we will be putting videos on our channel by anybody who wants to. And choosing music from that directory. We also have started a playlist project, which has not gone very far yet because it's a lot of work. But that's a project where I am taking what we've recorded to YouTube and taking all the talk out of it and just listing it as just audio. So that's to come. And then we have our Piano Music She Wrote partners as well. So we have 6 or 7 professional pianists from around the world who are also creating videos of some of this music for us. So there's different tentacles, ways of expressing what we're about. And we just, I think last summer we had a conversation, because we were both very tired and busy and, should we still do this? And we decided, we have to keep doing it.
Yeah, you have to keep going.
So there we are. We'll just keep going and don't. But in the meantime, we've created a resource of, 1,000 pieces and like 300 of them on the.
Yeah, it's amazing work you guys do.
So there's something to, step back from it, something maybe. But for now, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, stay determined. You can do this. I believe in you. So how can the music community and the public support your mission to promote piano music composed by women, other than obviously finding your channel and subscribing and sharing your videos?
Yes, that's a very important part, and that doesn't cost anything. I think if you want to monetarily support it, you can give a donation to buy that directory, Piano Music She Wrote directory, which you can access through our website, pianomusicshe-wrote.com. We also have a Ko-fi.com page, so ko-fi.com.
We'll
I never
link
know.
that in the description.
I
So
never know if it's coffee or Ko-fi, but anyway, I call it ko-fi.com/Piano Music She Wrote. So you can give any like small donation or bigger donation if you are interested in supporting that. Yeah, if you want to look out for my En Pleine Lumière project, it's on Spotify, which doesn't help anything financially. It's on Bandcamp, which does support the artist.
Yes.
So it's around, yeah. And I am looking now that second volume that was supposed to be recorded in 2020 and got canceled. And then I had another plan, and then that got canceled. And then there have been like 6 different plans and then cancellations. And now it's not going to get canceled this time. It's by the end of this year, 2024, I will have the next volume finally recorded. I've been playing those pieces for 4 years now. So it really needs to get out there. It
really does. And I can't wait to listen to that. You guys watching this, you need to be out waiting for this, because that's going to be amazing. And we're going to be putting all of the links to support Piano Music She Wrote in the description, so you guys can check it out if you'd like.
Yeah, and that En Pleine Lumière recording project, which is my own project, that I will be crowdfunding for, because it does cost an awful lot to make it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so stay tuned, look for those sort of things.
Of course. Well, I mean, I think I don't have to ask this one because you've already told us before, but I'm going to say it again so that people can remember. Are there any upcoming events, performances, or projects that you're particularly excited about?
Yeah, I mean, it's very much, for me, my excitement this year is that finally getting that En Pleine Lumière recording done. Volume 2, composers born in late 1800s. Oh my gosh, the music is so exquisite.
Can't wait.
And in preparation for that, of course, I'll be doing recitals and hopefully some tours will come from that as well. So that music is, like I say, I've been living with it for all these years now. 4
long
years.
Time.
I have performed it a few places during this crazy last few years, but it'll be nice to really go to town on that. It'll be the second half of this year, so
and I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you.
Now, to finish off, although this has been wonderful, I really don't want to close. I don't want to end this, but we're gonna have to. So, what advice would you give to aspiring pianists, educators, or music enthusiasts who want to support and promote the work of female composers?
Well, I think one thing is to really tap into this incredible circle of people who are in this field, this sort of network. That's one thing. And the other thing is, like, don't give up. Don't expect it to come to you. You have to do a little work to find stuff, and don't be discouraged if you can shout at your walls as well. It's much easier now, but don't be discouraged if it's hard to find things or expensive to buy things. Or the other thing is, try not to be discouraged by the indifference of some of the world. Speak with so much excitement about these composers, and some people are like, that's nice, your little women project, don't give that any energy. Just keep going. It just does take a little extra push to come across things, but it's getting easier and better as we grow in our awareness. And those women behind you, like that backdrop, it's so inspiring. So many fantastic musicians, superstars.
Superstars, yeah.
all across there. So
Superstars of their era.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful composers that deserve the recognition they need.
Absolutely.
Even though we're a few hundred years late, but hey.
Yeah. Better late than never, I guess. Yeah.
Better late than never, as they say. Well,
yeah, so that's my advice. It's just like, go for it. Just do the work. IMSLP, Piano Music She Wrote, like we are a starting point, if you like, and then keep going from there.
Yeah, I think you guys should definitely follow and subscribe to their channel. I think it'll be super beneficial for specifically newer pianists who are starting to learn piano, and they don't have to only know that male composers were the only guys that did music, but they can also learn from a variety of different others. So this has been a lovely interview. I had so much fun. I loved listening to your answers, and more than anything, I'm so happy to finally see you.
You too. We'll have to meet in actual real life at some point too.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll work on that. But thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your lovely questions
Of course.
Yes, and support. Appreciate it so much. So until next time, I guess.
Until next time. Okay, bye everyone.